Hope you're all well, and Matthew back here talking nutrition, body composition and functional medicine. Starting with, this time round, 2 dietary strategies that I've worked on this body transformation prep, this body composition prep and this men's physique prep that will conclude next Saturday under the lights in the Welsh capital. I wanted to share with you 2 dietary strategies that are very good for fat loss. Trialled, tested, wore the t-shirt and experienced over the last 15 years, more so within this prep series. I've worked alongside each other and bounced off each other to create a great response within my training, within my health, within my fitness, more importantly within my body composition, to bring the best results for transforming my physique ready for stage next Saturday. So running ketogenic dieting and carb cycling, zigzagging carbohydrates mainly over the last 12 to 16 weeks has been an experience that I wanted to try and trial a new phase of functional nutrition, a new phase of functional dieting and getting greater body composition results from the years that I've prepped for shows and the years that I've done in the training element. So working on myself, being able to transform my physique and my health to newfound levels it's brought its own challenges as always, yet more so at this period, at 7 days out, I've felt that when I introduce ketogenic dieting and carbohydrate cycling, which I'll go into in a moment and give you a little bit more of an overview, I have always been pretty skeptical about ketogenic dieting. It's quite the buzzword for a lot of people that have used, and some people have not necessarily dealt with ketogenic dieting very well. Every physique is a case study of its own. Every person's health is a case study of its own. So when it comes to ketogenic dieting, I wanted to make sure that I'd gone into it in a greater level, making sure that I'd reached ketosis and that firing off a fat loss pattern within my body. So I introduced higher fats for energy. For every 1 gram of fat would be 9 calories, which would transpire over 6 months to replace carbohydrates and give me more energy. Obviously, we've gone through a phase of around 3 to 4 months where we've been ketogenic dieting for periods of time, quite extensive periods of time in the prep, and then introduced carb cycling at about 6 to 8 weeks out, where we start to zigzag carbs. So carbs would have gone up one day and then would have dropped off and gone into a low carb phase for a couple of days. More so, then found ourselves in a ketogenic phase towards the back end of the week, and then we might lift the carbohydrates up again. Why do we do that? Well, it fires off good metabolic rates. It's great to sensitize the insulin, which is great to onboard nutrients, and also allow ourselves to use fat as energy, to use proteins as energy, and then backloads our carbohydrates so that we don't necessarily have to use all those as energy from time to time. And with that, I've found a lot of great responses hormonally, functionally, in terms of my health over the last couple of weeks. Usually over the last 3 shows, I've been very gaunt at this time out and very lackluster, if we like to say that, within energy periods, and very much drained at this time out. And now I'm very sharp, very switched on, and in a good place physically. I've had my ups and downs, as it's well documented up here, and I always have come across those challenges. But I've started to sharpen up a little bit better there, better in my sleep, and I've been struggling with sleep for a long time, as I see a lot of challenges from my past and the history and the chapters that are written before me. But now starting to feel better on that path as we move forward. So working with the ketogenic dieting phases, combining them with zigzag carb phases, as I call them, more so carb cycling phases, I've come down to a very lean physique, show physique that I'm looking forward to revealing next week on stage in the Welsh capital, under the lights, alongside some great athletes. And I've prepped myself throughout this phase and prepped myself throughout this prep, as I have done a couple of other preps previously. The first prep was great, and I was prepped by a fantastic individual and in my local town. He knows who he is, great person that goes a very long way in my mind and spirit for what I've gone on to do over the years. And I'll always compliment him for that, because of the support that he gave me in the first show that I ever did. And then I went on to prep myself going forward after that. The Northern Counties for the UK DFBA, which is the Natural Bodybuilding Drugs Free Association, and then on to the internationals within the Channel Islands for the PCA Jersey. Went on to prep myself for that back in 2021 and come second. That came out of my flat, training in my flat whilst coming back from difficult times. And now I've prepped myself for the Welsh Classic, and I'm really looking forward to delivering that. Really looking forward to sharing magical moments in the Welsh capital in next Saturday. Really looking forward to presenting my physique to the front cover on a ever-growing UK fitness and fashion magazine in the south west of England this coming week. But more so, I wanted to leave those pieces of prep with you, inclusive of ketogenic dieting, inclusive of carb cycling. And why do we do that? Because it creates a transparent body composition and it creates a great result. And I've found that myself by doing it, and it was a trial and error. As we know, body composition, transformations and recomposition, through as well as nutrition and functional medicine, is all a science. And through that time, I've found that science has been effective to great degrees, working with myself and others alike over the years. More so this time round, enjoyed ketogenic dieting, enjoyed the energy it's brought me, the ability to deliver my training, but also my focus and my ambition, and enjoyed cycling the carbs over that time to create greater results in terms of metabolism, in terms of my health, in terms of my fitness and my training and my body composition. So just thought I'd leave a few insights with you on that matter. I'll update this to my YouTube channel and I'll share it across the social media platforms. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'm really looking forward to sharing more of this with you over the coming week. It's a new page in what will be a redeeming chapter. Take care.